Today, the GlenAllachie are unveiling the oldest whiskey ever launched by the distillery. We're in London for the launch party here with Billy Walker and all of his team, where they're going to be showcasing many of their wonderful whiskies, lots that are upcoming, and one super old and rare one. So stay tuned to the end to find out just how old and rare this whiskey really is.
Exciting evening. We're going to showcase tonight the oldest release that we will have done to date, and that in itself encompasses a whole lot of interesting things for the blender, because it's not often you get an opportunity to work with old whiskey and very old whiskey. And the great thing about old whiskey is there's never any certainty about the direction of the whiskey.
Okay.
But the expectation is, what were the building blocks in trying to achieve what we have delivered or will deliver this evening? And it's about, the start of the journey for this particular release was they were in American barrels, and you know, we know what to expect. What are we delivering in terms of flavour profile? We're looking for butterscotch, honey, vanilla. We're looking for a kind of spice mix like cloves, like nutmeg, cinnamon. So that's a given. And then when we were looking at this inventory, we wanted to capture the future of who GlenAllachie is and create a sherry style that was a signature for who we are.
I mean, you obviously don't want to give away too much about the age. I'm very excited to see exactly how old this whiskey is. You talk about old and super old whiskies. What does it mean to GlenAllachie to bottle this old whiskey?
I think it's a kind of it's a signal to the general world or the consumer that, you know, this is GlenAllachie. You know, it's not. And one of the kind of challenges for us is that we've inherited this. This is somebody else's. It's somebody else's personality in this old whiskey. But we have taken it and we've tried to massage it and create it in the kind of DNA and personality that we want to represent GlenAllachie now and going forward. And that should devolve and into some of the younger whiskies like the 18, the 15, the 12. And that's the journey we're on, is defining who we are, creating the style of whiskey, using the kind of the wood management that's going to deliver the flavour profiling that we're looking for. You know, it's a big challenge because you're trying to work with something that somebody else created and reimagining the personality that you, by wood management, creating that personality. And at the same time, you're taking new fill whiskey and defining the kind of structure of the new fill so that it can equilibrate comfortably with the rich wood that we're going to use, so that one doesn't overwhelm the other.
Yes, putting your own stamp on it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. And last question for you, Billy. Who is this whiskey for?
Well, my hope is it's for everybody. There is an inevitability the price will be quite high, but as ever in my world of whiskey, I want people to be drinking it. I don't want them to be gazing at it like an ornament. So we need to create the possibility that the keen, not just the rich, but the keen consumer can get access to this whiskey, open it, indulge themselves and enjoy it.
Absolutely love that. It is a premium brand, but it's an accessible brand as well. And that's what I love about the GlenAllachie.
That's my hope.
I'm beyond excited, Billy. Thank you so much for taking the time with us. I'm very excited to have the evening with you.
So this particular combination of casks started their life in fresh American barrels, and from a kind of blender and a scientific point of view, and it's been there for quite a long time. It's been in there for 28 years. You're going to get a lot of vanilla, butterscotch, coconut, And if you look at the science of that, these casks have been toasted, they've been charred, and what is happening in the wood at that point is the heat, the kind of toasting and the charring process is convincing and decomposing the kind of the celluloses in the wood down into sugars, and then when you char it, you're going to get things like, it's going to caramelise, you're going to get treacle notes, you're going to get toffee notes, honey notes and butterscotch, and that will be there in abundance. What we wanted to do then is we then took them and reintroduced them into some very rich sherry casks, PX and Oloroso, 50-50. And the kind of expectation then is that we wanted to see the kind of experience that we know we would get, like the PX is going to give us rich cherries, is going to give us Christmas cake. The Oloroso is going to give us raisins, it's going to give us mocha and chocolate. And so our expectation hope is that this journey is going to continue. It's going to be a very complex and very interesting experience. And I hope, we certainly have been convinced and impressed by this. There's been no disappointments in the journey. And there can be, of course, I bumped into them too often. But this one has worked extremely well, and I hope you enjoy it. It's our oldest release, and it won't be the last, it won't be the oldest forever, but it's the oldest to date, so enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure and honour to present to you the 35-year-old GlenAllachie.
So it's been unveiled. We are here tasting the GlenAllachie 35. And I have to say, for a 35-year-old whiskey, it is incredibly fresh and bright and juicy. A really, really wonderful dram. And guys, remember, if you want to keep seeing exclusives like this, click subscribe and we will get along for more exclusives with other brands. I'm here with Ian, our brand ambassador. Posh, what do you think? 35-year-old GlenAllachie.
God, it's pretty amazing, right?
It's phenomenal, right?
So a 7-year finish in a mixture of PX and Oloroso casks, 50-50 split.
Yep.
I had to take Billy to tell me it was going to be finished, to know it was a finish. It's so well integrated. There is some freshness. There's a lot of butterscotch on it. For me, kind of butterkissed toffee popcorn straight on the nose. It's an amazing oiliness in the mouth as well. I mean, what an exceptional whiskey, right?
It really is phenomenal. And you're right, the balance is something that is just throughout. I wouldn't have guessed it to be a finished whiskey either. And talking about that, you're getting a lot of that butterkissed popcorn sort of toffiness to it. I'm getting a lot of that coconut oil. But again, towards the back end, slightly more rancio notes. It's definitely an old vintage whiskey. It's not often that you come across something of this sort of quality, is it?
No, and it's one of those ones where the colour is almost deceptive. It's really dark, and you think it's going to be very deep, like a pure, damp winter's night kind of dram.
Almost maybe one-dimensional.
Yeah.
But it's not.
So much more vibrant than that, so much fresher. And you could even have this like on a summer's day on the beach somewhere. It's going to work in pretty much any occasion you want.
100%. No, exactly that. It's rich, but it's bright. It's effervescent. It's got so much going on. This is a phenomenal dram.
Yeah. There's not many whiskies where that fruitiness goes on that entire journey from kind of freshness, there's almost a bit of kind of guava or something on the nose, through to some of those deeper, richer, darker fruits as you get towards the back end of the palate. Takes you on a real journey, right?
Absolutely. And the oldest from GlenAllachie to date, but as Billy was saying, there is more to come. So if you like your vintage whiskies and you're enjoying us tasting this 35-year-old, keep your eyes peeled. It's in stores now, but you've also got lots to look forward to here from GlenAllachie. Let's get stuck back into the evening. So unfortunately, we are coming to the end of our evening here in London with the GlenAllachie. What an event it has been. Trying that 35-year-old GlenAllachie is beyond impressive. What a rich, opulent dram, yet it is still fresh, bright and effervescent. Something that I think a lot of you out there will thoroughly enjoy. So please do keep your eyes open. I appreciate that's not in everyone's budget though. So if it's not for you, please do keep an eye open for the 17-year-old Mizunara, another incredible gem that we were able to try before it launched here this evening, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Very, very accessible price as well from everything we've been told here. It's been a phenomenal evening. Unfortunately, it is coming to an end. A massive thank you to Billy Walker and his whole team, particularly Nicole and Kaylee here this evening, who've really taken care of us. If you haven't tried much GlenAllachie, I can only encourage you to get a bottle, get some in your glass, and enjoy it with friends or family alike. For now though, that is all from us here at the Whiskey Baron. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and of course comment below what you would like to see us cover next time. We're getting lots of exclusive content, working alongside lots of brands and distilleries, so comment if there's any particular brand that you would like to see us cover next. For all of us here at the Whiskey Baron, that's it for now. Sacha Val.